7 is WCXO, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin' Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emeen Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Coming up tonight, a lot of baseball and more. For sure, right after break number one, we'll touch base with Beckemeyer Eagles manager Brent Wood. And in the trail half hour, it's off to Missouri for Mo Tigers broadcaster. He's a Clinton County native by the name of Mike Lideking, or Gunner, but now for years and years it's Tex Little. So we've got Brent Wood and Tex Little coming up tonight. Plus, as always, we also have the Easy and Travel Sports Flashback on a Wednesday, and that features softball's Logan Brommeyer from Murray State. But right now, it's scores and stuff. Sorry to brief. It is brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. As most know by now, Ray Calling will be returning to the sidelines, the former coach at Mater Dei and Centralia. He has become Westland's new football coach. He took over Monday officially, and he takes over for the departed Rick Johns. He resigned last month for Jerseyville. So plenty more on Ray ahead. When our schedules mesh, we will have him on, of course, talk to him or swap text with him earlier this week. So congrats. No big surprise, right? He's back in the football biz. To the baseball diamond over at Busch, the Cardinals. What's going on, man? They are hot. They've won 4 in a row. Matt Carpenter had a whale of a night. He homered twice, matched a career best with 5 hits. He also scored a career best 5 runs. The Cardinals hammered Corey Kluber and the Tribe 11-2. Kluber, that was his shortest outing ever. He's still 11-4, and everybody hits a rock in the road once in a while. Meanwhile, Clown Carlos, or Carlos Martinez, he settled down after a rough first inning for his first victory since May 2nd. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts. He had an awful June. The Cardinals and Tribe will close out their 3-game set tonight. It's Flaherty against Shane Bieber, and I understand he's quite the pitcher. I haven't seen him. He's 2-0 with a 2.45 earned run average. We had some daylight baseball this afternoon in the National League. Cincinnati, what's going? Man, they're kind of they're streaking, aren't they? They are, man. They nipped Atlanta 6-5. Adam Duvall's 7th inning RBI single stood up. Over in the junior circuit, Houston topped Toronto 7-6 despite 2 more hits from Randall Grichuk hitting first. So his hits came in a losing cause, but he's upping his batting mark a little bit. And in interleague play, Kansas City tripped up the Milwaukee Brewers 5-4. Moose belted his 15th round tripper of the season. And because of that, the Cardinals go into tonight's game 3.5 in back of the Brew Crew at 42-36. Milwaukee is 46-33. Inside of those two teams are the Cubbies, and they are 2 outside. Man, the Astros now with 54 victories. Of course, also in the American League, you have the Bo Sox with 53 and the Yankees with 52. The Cubs have placed Chris Bryant on the 10-day DL with left shoulder inflammation. Yu Darvish is still, now he's got some soreness in that troubled triceps. Gary Sanchez on the DL for the Yankees. He was unbelievable a year ago and pretty good this year. But the College World Series is on the game, too. I'm sure we'll be talking to Tex about that in the last edition of this show. What else is happening? Actually, there's a lot of, we'll sneak in some NBA news. James Harden of the Rockets was voted the NBA's most valuable player. He beat out LeBron and Anthony Davis. Ben Simmons of Philly was named Rookie of the Year. He averaged 15 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists on the season. And this happens now. Anyway, Dwayne Casey, he was chosen as the Coach of the Year for the job he did with the Raptors, who then, they went on to fire him. Since then, he's been hired by the Detroit Pistons. It's the pro game. It's the college game. NBA commish Adam Silver has received a 5-year contract extension. No deal, no terms were announced, but money-wise, he's done a lot for the NBA, so they did reward him. Goaltender Martin Brodeur will be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in November as part of the 2018 class. Of course, he played with the Blues for all of 7 games. A lot of people are going nuts over another Blues player. I almost played as many games with the note as Brodeur did. He's a devil. He's a devil through and through. But congratulations to him, of course. That's a big deal. The NHL draft has come and gone. The Blues, they're showing the young kids right now at the prospect camp at the Ice Zone at St. Louis Outlet Mall. And one of those on hand again. He's resumed action after his 3rd hip surgery. That was in October. Is Effingham native Luke Opilka, speaking of goalies. And he's been a guest, yearly guest now, the last 3 years maybe. But good luck to the 21-year-old. If he can get healthy and stay healthy, and I've seen this written about him, an NHL berth is well within reach. The winners on the golf tours last week, Bubba Watson, Nasa Hetaoka, and Scott McCarron. NASCAR's Cup race went to Martin Truex Jr., and I understand big, let's put it this way. In World Cup soccer today, the defending champ, Germany. Say it ain't so. They were knocked out. Pretty sure they were defeated 2-0. And that, hey, I suppose if the USA was in it, I wish they will be in 4 years, I guess, when we are a co-host or tri-host along with Mexico and Canada. USA, baby. All right, that Scores and Stuff brought to you by who? Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. Just ahead, Brentwood, also Tex Little, and the Sports Flashback 2. Stick with us here on Talkin' Sports for it's the midweek edition.
Monken Nissan in Centralia aims to spice up summer with a 2018 Nissan Frontier Crew Cab 4x4 SV JN710078 for a scant $316.46 lease payment over 36 months. The MSRP is $32,155. For more, visit their website at monkennissan.com.
From my family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Monken's the one. Monken's the one.
Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. We're up here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. It is a Wednesday night, every Wednesday 6 until 7 in the eve, and Saturday mornings 9 until 10 through the summer, and then we'll tackle on that Monday edition come September. Go 3 every week. All right, here we go. Again, Tex Little is still to come, and a flashback as well, but right now we hook up on the Tucker Electric guest line. I believe we're gunning over to St. Louis for Beckamar Eagles manager Brent Wood. Brent, welcome back.
I am here. Thanks. It's great to be back.
And we've got to get to your big night a little bit later on, okay, because you will be on the diamond for real with a bat in your hand, I believe. We got to first find out about those Eagles of yours, though. I know you suffered that was a tough defeat on Sunday to a good club.
Yeah, it was a horrible defeat, but I gave him a little speech, rah-rah speech after the game. And that's part, we got down to the 8th inning with a 4-3 lead. And, I felt terrible for Houston Cruzy. We struck out the batter, and the throw got away at first, and it bounced away from everybody. The tying run scored, and then we had another overthrow to, that would have – I think I felt pretty good if we got through that inning, which we did, with the throws or without the throws. So, but, we took what I feel like, and no offense to anyone else, but I feel like the most complete team in the league, Trenton. And we had them on the ropes. You got to learn how to win and get over the hump.
Trenton, the Miners edged you 5-2-4 at Pete Schumacher Field, and the 8th inning miscue or two it cost you, but it was.
But I'll tell you this too, though, it really wasn't the miscues that cost us the game. It was the 9 or 10 runners we stranded early in the game.
Left a lot of guys on base.
Loaded. We had first and third about 3 times, and just squeaked across some runs, and we should have had. We just couldn't get the big inning. And couldn't get the clutch hit.
As usual, Brent, it's more than what we just see as the last fling there with an error.
That's right, and that's why I didn't get a chance to talk to Houston after the game. But, I think he probably feels like, the burden's on him. But to me, the burden was on early in the game is where we didn't put him away when we had a chance.
You did post a 3 spot in the 5th, right, for a 4-3 lead before they finally before their comeback.
Yeah, we did. We lost a runner on stealing, and I think we had a Colby Fry from Highland. He's just 17. He got picked off third in that inning too, so I think that probably didn't help our situation with the scoring. But it was a tough play for him, and you guess wrong sometimes, and he guessed wrong.
You're right, and that Fry, that's a familiar name. Good, some athletes.
Well, it's great to have some young guys that we got in the mix. We had some turnover this year, and John Palakis left, our best player, went to the Montclair League. He wanted to play more games, and we lost some of our veterans. But I think we backfilled with some. I would put up our infield against anybody's infield. We turned 7 double plays in the last 2 weeks.
Holy cow!
And the doubleheader against Davison to me was kind of a statement win. We we're a little short-handed, but we had enough to get by on the hitting side. And our pitching has, other than the Centray game, our pitching's been as solid as anybody's. Well,
let's go to that. Tell us who's been towing the rubber for you, Brent.
Yeah, so against Trenton, we threw Jordan Kraljev from Mascuda. He goes to McKendree. He and his brother Noah both go there. They play. But that's who threw against Trenton. He went 7 and gave up just a couple of earned runs, and really kept their big bats at bay. Jay Wellen kind of kept some of the bigger hitters silent. Paul Ritzheimer kind of kept them off balance, and big right-hander, throws pretty hard, but just got a good curveball. And then the week before, we kind of got some role players. There's a Sabuski kid from Carlisle that some guys might recognize from high school a couple years ago, but he threw a complete game against Davison. And then the best game of the year has been Logan Zachary. Threw a one-hitter, or I guess the three-hitter against Davison, won 2-1. And,
Very good.
coming off the arm surgery, he only threw like 70 pitches in 7 innings. He just was in the strike zone all day.
Yeah, McHenry just didn't get nearly the best of him because of his setback with arm problems all the way through. Really,
yeah, I agree. He looked, I saw him a little bit before he got hurt. And he looked as good or better that last week as he looked before. So.
I'm glad he's throwing smoothly again. And so you've got, that's a good collection there. And one more thing on the minors. I mean, we talk about your hurlers. They've got more, but I know two do probably the bulk of the work. And you faced one of them the other day. That was Grunner. I think that was Justin, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the starter was Meadows.
Okay, so Ryan Meadows did start.
Yeah, Ryan started and went, I think, 6. Kept him in the game, and then just long enough that they got over the hump at the end.
Yeah, well, that's a good pair right there, as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Trenton just knows how to win. I mean, they have that tradition, and that's something I'd like to. We're building in Beckemeyer, but you don't build it overnight.
No, you're doing a nice job. Yeah, the minors, they've got the step or so in front of everybody now at 5-1. I don't remember who beat them. Do you offhand, Brent? Was it Augustin?
I believe week 1, Bartelzo beat them, and I think the league.
Yeah, 1-0. That's right.
I think the league is pretty darn balanced this year.
But
really
that's right. The Barts got him in week 1 behind Little Pep, Kurt, and I think I can't remember. We had 2. I know they had 2 guys shut him out. One zip though.
Yeah, it was a tight game, and most of the games have been tight this year. I mean. I think Centray is a sleeper because they're getting healthy and got some veterans. And DJ Sessions looks like he's having a career year.
5 home runs already.
Yeah, I did want to set the record straight on home runs too. I run into people in Clinton County and they keep congratulating me for the home run I hit at Centralia. I did not hit a home run at Centralia, but that was in the paper that way.
But it was not. You see, I would have taken credit for it.
Yeah, I should have. But I did catch the whole game. But
did you catch the whole? Okay.
But I did not hit a home run.
All right. I know that was the season opener for everybody that week, May 20th, and my intention was to go out there, but that didn't work out. So that was a maybe 6-2 loss, something like that, to the Buds.
Yeah, actually, I think it was a 2-0 game going into 6, and then it just got away from us. I think we ended up it was like 8 or 9 runs. It was not our prettiest picture, but I think we were missing 3 or 4 starters that day.
No, go ahead, Brent.
Oh no, but that everybody misses guys from time to time. You just have to deal with it.
Right now, with Trenton above everybody else, Bartelzo and Centralia, they're tied for second at 3-2, but everybody's really in this thing. Breeze picked up a win. I guess that was against the Aces last week, so a lot of teams with 2 wins, and you're at 2 and 3. We're basically making the turn for the second half in this 12-game season, aren't we?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting the next couple of weeks how it all shakes out. I think it's going to go down to the wire, and I think 4 teams make it, and I think all 6 will have a chance with the last 3 weeks left.
Right, 4 of the 7. This is our second straight year of a 7-team league, and we've talked over and over with the commish, Ken Hazelhurst, and all the managers, and so 8 would be ideal, but that quality does outdo quantity, really, and maybe you can get up there in another year or 2.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing that this year, that the league is top to bottom pretty good. I would sure like to have more games, but then, some weeks we struggle for players with vacations and other commitments, and so it's really hard to say we could do it better. I mean, it's, you got some guys like John Palakis who left, he wanted to play the 30-game schedule that the Montclair League plays, and that's understandable. But, that league's out there for people that want to play more.
Right. Hey, is your lineup, though, pretty steady? It sounds like that infield sure is.
Yeah, the infield's pretty steady. We got Ryan Campbell, who can play anywhere on the infield, but he's been playing third. He went to Olivet, and I think he's from somewhere on the other side of Centralia. And of course, Brandon Richter plays short. And a big pickup for this year was our second baseman. His last name's Wynn. He goes to McHenry, and just a solid left-handed hitter. And he's turned a lot of those double plays. And then Dylan Holloman, the big 6'5" kid from Greenville, plays first most of the time.
Good target over
so
there.
Our infield's pretty set.
Yeah, like that 6-4-3, and that's great to see you turn that.
Oh, yeah, I love it. We seven doubleheaders in a 3-game set. That's pretty good.
Right, yeah, get you out of some jams there. So let's see, Brent. You've got how long have you been with the Eagles now as a player, manager? And all that?
I started probably, let's see, I'm going to say 2011.
Okay.
So my 8th season, I guess.
Number 8. And not only that, you're also playing in St. Louis. In fact, you're going to, I guess the first pitch will be thrown at 7:15, I believe you told me?
Yeah, 7:15. And hopefully my wife's not listening because
she is.
I've got about 7 games on the calendar this year.
Oh, is this the first or something?
What's that?
Is this one of the first ones you played there?
No, we've been playing since April.
Okay.
I've got 3 teams going in 2 different leagues.
Gotcha.
And, so I make most of them, but there's times when it's just too many conflicts. And I also coach the Lebanon High School girls softball team, so I stay busy.
Boy, you do. Yeah, you do. And what type of league? Is this 40 and over? What is it, Brent?
Yeah, tonight is a 55 and over.
Really? Okay.
Game, yeah. But most of the games I play are 40 and 45.
And have you run across Al Presswood by chance? Does that name sound familiar to you? Who's a Centralia native?
It does sound familiar, yeah.
Pitches, he's about 6'3".
The last name Pressler?
Presswood.
Presswood. The name sounds familiar. I'll have to look on the website and see if
I know he plays, and he's been able to go down for some sort of senior World Series down in Florida and so forth.
Yeah, actually,
okay.
Interesting story. Last year, St. Louis took a MSBL team 55 and over and won the World Series out in Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
And then 2 weeks later, I took a team to the Roy Hobbs World Series down in Florida, and we won that one.
Tremendous.
So I had a blast last year.
That is good. How do you keep track of all these rosters and lineups?
Got a spreadsheet for everything.
You have to have, and maybe a good assistant,
a
good coach.
I'm a CPA by trade, so spreadsheets are my friend.
Oh, all right. Okay, we got you, Brent. Well, get a few hits tonight, okay? Make the St. Louis paper.
I sure will. I appreciate the opportunity.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, and you host Breeze, I believe, Sunday.
That is correct. Yeah, we're at home against Breeze.
Okay, and again, they're coming off a win over the Aces, so good luck in that one and beyond. We'll see if you're playoff bound. We'll know more in just 3 or 4 weeks, probably.
Yep, I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, Brent.
All right, thanks.
Brent Wood of the Becky Eagles. Scores and stuff. Brent Wood, both of those entities are in the books. After an important break, we're coming back with the Sports Flashback. Tex Little is also on the drawing board. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
Is the all-new Chevy Silverado the right truck for you? Hi, Colby Voss at K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle. The all-new Chevy Silverado has the comfort and conveniences you expect from a Chevy, plus the performance and handling you need. We have several new trucks to choose from, and if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Stop by K&J Chevrolet and drive a Silverado and see for yourself what a tremendous value we offer and what the hype is all about. K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle, just west of town on Old Route 50. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
You also have Talkin Sports for Wednesday night rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio, where the time is 6:26. That time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Say hello to the Sports Flashback.
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Easy In Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel in Breeze. Call 526-2201.
Mel is spot on as usual. This is from April 25th of this year. It's Murray State softball player Logan Brommeyer on her freshman season with those Racers. Did you fit in pretty quickly to the college scene, Logan? And again, you started really, and maybe you're over the summer a little bit, huh? But definitely for the fall campaign where you had scrimmages and maybe played some games with other teams too.
Yeah, it was definitely a giant transition. It was nothing that I could just walk into.
But you wouldn't expect it any other from going from and good softball, but especially to the Division I ranks. That it can't be that easy. Otherwise, everyone would do it. Correct, Logan?
Exactly.
But all the workouts and the conditioning, it's all more structured. It's stuff you always have to check off those boxes. And the travel, which is, I mean, to a point, that's probably good, right? You like some of that at least.
Yeah, I do like the traveling part. It's very nice.
Especially those spring trips to get out of this cold. Was the weather pretty good down south, or is it a little chilly?
Not at all.
Really?
We've played in every weather type. We've played in
Snow.
rain. We've played in snow. We've
Yes.
played in sleet. It's been everything. And with college softball, they don't cancel for anything unless it is
right.
lightning. And yeah, they don't cancel. They want to play.
Right, and you can't. They have to do everything possible to get those league games in, and it's not just you're not just going from Breeze to to Highland. I mean, it takes some.
No, you're taking a few-hour drive.
Yeah.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton. 970 Furniture's closed today to get ready for even more savings starting tomorrow. The 970 Furniture going out of business sale continues tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday from 10 till 6 and Sunday 10 till 5. A sale this great won't last forever, so make your plans now to save. New merchandise is arriving from the warehouse daily. This $1 million store closing sale continues tomorrow at 970 Fairfax in Carlisle.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. We're up here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday night. Hey, congratulations to Carlisle's Lane Heinzman. He tossed a perfecto, a perfect game Monday night against Cowden Herrick Beecher. The Carlisle squad won 13-zip, and he set him down 21. Not only did he mark him down 21 out of 21, but he recorded 17 Ks. Lane did all right. Are you looking for a car, a pre-owned car, truck, SUV? But not only looking for one, but you got to have that right price, correct? How about checking out Diane Chevrolet in Trenton? They've got your next at the right price waiting for you. And this is good too, all the pre-owned vehicles pass a really thorough inspection, and most come with Diane's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty at no cost to you. Zilch. See Dwayne, Nikki, Dave, Nathan. Might be somebody else trickling around there, but see a consultant. They're all good. And see one of those for all of the details. Diane Chevrolet's got that friendly, no-pressure staff. You're going to know it right off the bat if you don't know one of these fine folks, you'll recognize that symptom real soon. You can call them also at 224-9200, 224-9200. Diane Chevrolet is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Shop or schedule service at DianeChevrolet.com. Saturday morning, we'll return again. Of course, there's trivia. And guest-wise, we'll be speaking with New Baden American Legion baseball coach Caleb Kraljev, and from Pro Baseball, Zach Hockey. He's out in the desert with the Kansas City Royals organization. What was it now? The draft maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. But he's out there. He's been out there pretty much ever since he signed anyway. Next Wednesday, we'll be off for the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. The following Saturday, one of our guests will be SIU women's golf coach, Nashville native Daniel Kaufman. Mike Litteken or Tex Little. They're one of the same. Tex is on deck. This is Talking Sports on a Wednesday night.
Whatever you drive a Firestone. Head in through July 9th and get $60 by mail on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible tires. Plus, use your new or existing CFNA credit card and get up to $100.
Best One Tire and Service, 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze.
Claim form required. See your participating Firestone retailer or FirestoneTire.com for details. And the 2 claims per household cannot be combined with any other offer. Subject to credit approval. Prepaid card issued by the Bancorp Bank, member FDIC, and can be used everywhere Visa debit cards are accepted. The Bancorp Bank is not affiliated with CFNA.
Hot summer days can be tough on your vehicle. Now is the perfect time to enhance and extend its performance and value by taking advantage of the Best One Tire and Service Summer Service Special. Just $49.95 gets you a full service oil change, lubrication and filter, belts and hoses checked, battery and charging system checked, fluids checked and filled, new front wiper blades on most vehicles, a tread inspection and tire rotation, all for only $49.95. Make sure your vehicle is ready for summer with Best One Tire and Service, 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze.
My kids are always telling me Holiday World and Splash and Safari is the best, but I needed to test which one they love most. So, like any loving mom, I flung them backwards, up and over hill after hill on Mammoth, the world's longest water coaster. Next up, a surf war in all 3 wave pools, including Tembo Tides, the newest way for the little ones to get their feet wet. Don't worry, I dried them off by dropping them from 70 feet in the air on Liberty Launch, a family favorite. Our final piece of scientific evidence came in the form of the double helix after subjecting them to 5 pitch-black tunnels on the Legend.
No matter what you think is the best at Holiday World, get your trip started with our Pick Your Price calendar and find the days that work best with your budget, only at holidayworld.com.
Turns out it's a tie. Holiday World and Splash and Safari are both the best.
Free soft drinks, free parking, free sunscreen!
Remember what it was like to expect
The unexpected.
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
And we return for one more crack at it. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for Talking Sports on this Wednesday evening. Let's stretch out the Tucker Electric guest line to Columbia Mo for Clinton County native Mike Lidican. Tex Little, how are you? And welcome back.
Hey, it's always good to be with you, Rip. It's always good to go home. I'm doing terrific.
Yes. And have you been watching those the Cardinals? Tex are on fire. 4 in a row.
I must be getting old. I can't stay up to the end of these games after a rain delay in the front.
No, we've had two
right
West Coast games in a row, haven't we?
West Coast games on the west bank of the Mississippi River.
Yeah, I usually wake up for the last few innings. You know, I dash off once in a while. I don't want to, but it just sort of happens. But they have been playing better baseball. They're winning. They've been getting some good starting pitching as of late. That's still the currency of baseball as far as I'm concerned. You got to have somebody go deep.
Yeah, you're right. And, we've talked about it before. There's a reason that in your scorebook, the position numbers, number 1 is the pitcher.
Exactly.
If you don't have an arm on the hill that can throw strikes and give you a chance, you're in deep trouble.
So even clown Carlos Martinez came through last night. He was pretty good after some just awful outings. He went 6 last night, 6 hits, a couple of earned runs and 8 Ks. Had a bad first inning. Boy, his month of June, though, I just checked 1 and 2, a near 7 earned run average, 17 earned runs in 22-plus innings, 21 walks. What in the – that guy's dizzy,
I think
man.
You hit the nail on the head. Yeah, talking walks. That gets everybody in trouble.
Yeah,
There's no defense to a walk or a hit batsman, So – I don't know. Martinez is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way of maybe.
If I had the magic formula to figure him out or to get him on track, I wouldn't be talking to you, Rip. I'd be flying you out there, go face to face.
Yeah, he's talented and whacked at the same time, but who knows where he'll go each and every start. But it worked out last night, and they just pounded, of all people, Corey Kluber. I suppose he was due because he's a tremendous pitcher.
You talk a lot about the pitching, and you got to lean on the pitching, but the Cardinals have swung the bats a little bit better. And, there's a key ingredient, I think, and his name's Carpenter.
Yeah.
That's finally found his stroke back. And when you get a guy like that, you can kind of hitch the wagon to him offensively, and then all of a sudden you don't have to pitch like you can't afford to, throw anything down the middle, and you don't have to throw a shutout every time you go out there. So it goes hand in hand, but
it does.
It takes them all, and then that intangible that I like to talk about, and that is the clutch hitting. Get the hit when you need one.
Timely hitting. Yeah, Carp is. He's really turned it around. He's flipped it. Homer twice last night, 5 hits, 5 runs scored. So we'll see if he, now he's just blasting away. He probably can't keep up this pace either, but he was just in the deepest doldrums for the first month and a half till about mid-May.
Yeah, he really was. And, boy, you watch his swing right now, and it's so pretty. And when you think back to earlier in the year, he was all over the place. And all of a sudden he kind of got back to just being clean and simple and a nice stroke, and things kind of happen if you stay with it. Don't try to do too much.
Yeah. The Cardinals right now, they pick up a half game. The Brew Crew lost today to Kansas City. There's a long, but I always sort of watch the standings a bit. So Milwaukee did fall, and they're still 13 over. That's a good team. I didn't think they would have enough pitching, and you can always get more through the deadline and all of that, but they're holding up pretty well.
You got to really like their bullpen is just lights out. They've been really good out of the pen. Starters have been a lot better too, and it's amazing how that too goes kind of hand in hand. Where you got guys on the backside that beef up the starters, and all of a sudden the starters start finding it themselves.
True. But you can't go 4 innings every night. It doesn't work from the bullpen.
You can't, but when you got a bullpen like that, you get a chance to. You'll find tonight we're going to get some more, but it'll probably catch up with them later, is what you're saying. So we'll see what happens.
Knable's mighty good. While we're still on pitching, starting pitching, incredible starting pitching. Your old buddy Max Scherzer, he lost 1-0 last night, but his campaign again at 10-4. He's just a tear over 2 in the ERA front. The guy just steady year in and year out.
You know, he's really amazing. He's so much fun to watch. He reminds me of some of those old throwbacks that says, "Give me the baseball. We're going to get this guy out." But
you got it.
You know, last year, the year before, and even Max's earlier years as a big leaguer, you think, man, he's just been tremendous. But he kind of keeps topping his own standards. You know, he raises the bar, and then the next year he raises it a little higher for himself. And you know, he's committed. He's really been able to channel his energy and his focus. And I think that with somebody that's got the athleticism and the abilities that Max Scherzer has, that becomes focused like that, it's so much fun to watch.
He's pocketed 2 Cy Youngs already, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was almost thinking he had 3, but probably working on number 3.
Well, that's probably the case.
He's got one in the American and one in the National, right?
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Those days with the Tigers. And hey, let's see, he got his start out in Arizona, right?
Yeah, he was drafted by the D-backs and made his debut out there and actually pitched pretty well out there.
Yeah.
And then went out to Detroit and pitched very well with Detroit and was part of a very good team that, you know, just came up with then they come up short winning the World Series that one season.
Yeah, and they had Verlander and Scherzer. Wow.
Yeah.
Good 1-2 front.
Really, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot more than that in a playoff.
Yeah.
But, and then they kind of broke that team up, and Verlander goes down and pitches Houston to a World Series championship, and Scherzer is doing his part in Washington.
Fabulous.
Wouldn't he look good in a St. Louis Cardinals uniform?
He would have, yes. Yeah. Especially in this prime, huh?
No doubt. I mean, he's a St. Louis native, but, you know, things are the way they are. Another St. Louis kid just made his major league debut, a former Tiger, kid named Brett Graves. He pitched for Miami on Father's Day.
He's with Miami, and we've got Trevor Richards from Aviston with the Marlins. How about that?
Yeah, all kinds of central United States, Midwest flavor there. They overhauled that club. They're a little ways away yet, I think, from getting anywhere.
Definitely.
But no, he's he was traded to Miami Miami picked up in a Rule 5 deal this winter, and so he's on 25-man roster all year now that he's made his debut. And another Tiger though that's doing well for himself.
You got to be proud of them, and you should be. In the program, that's great for the program, obviously. And Trevor, Texas, he's been up and down, which you can expect. He had a super game Saturday. He beat Colorado. That game was out in Colorado, I do believe, 6-2. He went 6 strong. 3 hits was all. So he's 2-4, and the ERA is a little high, but he's doing a good job in the outings he's been involved in so far, and that when that changeup is working, he's just been nails when that's on for him.
Well, and you've got to think that the longer he's there, the stronger he's going to get, because nothing breeds success more than confidence. That's for sure.
Mattingly likes him now, so that's good. That's good. Donnie Baseball.
That's exactly right.
The College World Series. We're down to.
Have you been watching any?
I tell you what, I have not. And in the past years I have, but I just have not. I don't know what it was this year. I have not turned it on, but I flipped through a bit, and I'm pulling for Arkansas. Not that and they won last night 4-1, right? So a win tonight, and they pocket their first championship.
Yeah, that's right, and that's kind of hard to believe. Norm DeBrin, who really put Arkansas on the map years and years ago, never won a national championship, and that game currently scoreless now, I guess, through 2.5 innings. So
okay, so it is underway
again.
Okay, so they were rained out Monday night.
I'll tell you, anybody that's a baseball fan would nothing but enjoy a trip to Omaha, Nebraska.
Have you been to the new stadium, Tex?
I've been to it, but I've not been there during the World Series.
Yeah, I knew you'd been to Rosenblatt and so forth.
Yeah, But of course, the new stadium, it's the big leagues of college baseball. I mean, the Royals and the Tigers are going to play there next year.
I read that. I read that.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But no, the new stadium is set up the way it's supposed to be. It's right downtown Omaha, right on the banks of the Missouri River, and all the amenities are there. Where at Rosenblatt, it had its neat quirks.
I bet.
One of them wasn't parking, and this new setup is a tremendous improvement over what they had before. And getting in and out of there is a whole nother world now compared to what it used to be like.
That's a little
That was
handier.
kind of like going to old Sportsman's Park at Rosenblatt, the neighborhood.
Those are some neat old parks, though, for sure. And, of course, Tex Little is with us from Columbia, Missouri, the Carlisle, the Clinton County native, and he does Missouri Tigers baseball. You've done that on the radio for how many years now, Tex?
Oh, man, if I tell you,
it's mounting up.
I'm going to admit that I'm getting old.
Well, we know that part, so.
It is what it is, right? 28. I just finished my 28th season.
Wow, 28 seasons. And was it kind of an average or subpar year for him?
What was that?
What kind of year did the Tigers have?
Well, we just came up short of getting to a regional again. They had a little bit of a down year in the SEC, which is easy to do. If you're not ready every day, they're going to torch you. And got off to a very good start. And was cruising along and ranked in the top 25 and an RPI at the top 10 for a while. And
I'd forgotten
and
about
then
that.
and then sustained some injuries. We lost the services of probably our best offensive player on the squad, and a kid named Cameron Meisner, who's out of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, is just a sophomore and just literally kind of setting the world on fire, and came up with a injury to his heel. And it was one of those that kind of snuck up on him, and by the time they got him shut down, they lost him for the year. And then Bryce Montez de Oca. Now listen to this kid's stats, or his physical physique. 6'7", 265 pounds, with about 5% body fat, and he throws 100 miles. Throws 100 miles an hour. And he had some issues with his arm later in the year, and cost him a couple of weekend starts, and it slowed us down. And in the college game, if you don't have somebody already on the club or already on the roster, you can't make an addition mid-season. There's no farm club to go to, or nowhere to pull somebody up, and it slowed us down. It forced us to use a lot more of the younger guys in different capacities, even though the future looks real good as far as some of these kids. But anyhow, we lost those two guys and a couple other nicks and bruises, bumps, and of course the attrition of playing in the SEC, which is just unbelievable. I can't describe it other than, first off, the 30-game slate in the conference is a 30-game round-robin playoff, and it seems like every out is a grind to get, and every run is almost a miracle to get at times, because every time you go out there, you're seeing a guy that's going to be probably out of the 3-man weekend rotations of most of these SEC teams. You're seeing guys that are going to be playing pro ball, if not in the big leagues, in a very, very short period of time.
Yeah, top-notch stuff. How many? Who went from your team in the draft? Did you have one or two there?
We had six. We had 6 players drafted.
6 total this spring. Wow.
Yep, this spring.
A couple of weeks ago.
The highest player taken was a left-hander out of St. Louis that went to the Smet, named Mike Plasmeyer, who had a tremendous junior year, and was really the steadying force out of that rotation, and did a tremendous job. And he's one of those guys, Rip, that you see him come to college and you go, I like the potential of this kid, and I like his makeup, especially the mental side of it. And he just grew into being a third rounder. He just got better and better, and struck out over 100 kids, 100 batters this year, and did a really nice job. And then Bryce Montez de Oca, the guy I talked about, who incidentally is from Lawrence, Kansas.
Kansas guy on Mizzou, huh?
Yeah, but he, Aaron Crow, who was a star for us, who was the last pitcher to go 13-0 up to Blaine Knight, who got a win last night, I guess, for Arkansas, who won his 14th game. But anyhow, was just outside of, grew up just outside of Lawrence, Kansas as well, this Crow kid.
Little pipeline going.
Played big leagues.
Did everybody sign, Tex?
Anyhow, what's that?
Did all these players sign?
Oh, yeah. We lost all
Okay,
six
so
of
they
them.
all went.
Montez de Oco was a fourth-year junior, and he won the 9th round. And then we had a senior named Trey Harris that was drafted a little later. He signed. He was an outfielder. And another pitcher, a one-year guy who was originally at Arizona State and was with us last year. And I don't know, pitched, I think he made 14 outings last year. His name was Giovanni Lopez, was drafted in the mid to late rounds. And then another senior, a pitcher, a right-hander out of Florida. And all of a sudden, I can't think of his name, and I'm embarrassed to say that. Andy Talkin, a right-hander that was very, very good out of bullpen. So is that 6 of them? And then we had a kid sign as free agent, the catcher, Brett Bond, who is a St. Louis native as well. So
turnover time again.
Yeah, well, yes and no, because you know you're going to lose the seniors. And 3, 4 of those guys were seniors. So and you knew you were going to lose Plasmar mid-year when he was putting up the numbers he was as a left-hander throwing 91. And then Bryce, talking about this Bryce Montez de Oco, he tops. I've seen him throw 100, 102 mile an hour, and just phenomenal, and a real specimen when it comes to a big league body. But he has been a little bit injury prone, so it's not an automatic. But anyhow, you asked, there you are.
No, that's good.
Then we
That's
had a couple of signees that were drafted, and I have not heard them that they've signed yet. Had a couple of kids out of Minnesota that were like, one of them was a player of the year in Minnesota, so shortstop and pitcher.
High school player of the year?
High school player, yep.
Wow.
And pitched his high school to a state championship, high school team. And so, it's not only the guys that you already have on the roster or that are playing for you, it's the guys that you have signed. You got to make sure that, you don't lose them, but at the same time, those are the kind of guys you're looking for, too. So.
How many games did they end up playing then in total? You had 30 in the SEC, and overall what?
56 is the allotted number of
max?
regular season games.
Okay.
Is the max, and everybody gets those. And then there's, then how deep you can go in the playoffs. We were one and done at the SEC tournament.
And what about how do you match up? And it's so different in baseball, but how did you fare against the Hogs?
We didn't see them this year.
Oh, you did?
Strangely enough.
Okay.
We're in the East just like basketball or football is. So, we see Florida, and they cleaned our clock. We went down there and lost 3, and that was the start of the unraveling. But we went down there, and we were, a 2-2 game going into the bottom of the 8th inning on the Friday night game. And we lost that game. I don't know. It might have been 3-2, 4-2, something like that. And then we played a doubleheader on Saturday, which really plays into the favor of Florida because of the depth of their pitching staff. And when we play doubleheaders, usually they're 2 9s. And so there were 2 9s on Saturday because of the forecast on Sunday. And we lost both of those, and both of those games were in the midst of them, couldn't win either one of them. So we come home and made a trip up to Iowa and played Iowa in a slugfest game midweek, which wasn't originally on the schedule. They get a load of this. They hit 7 home runs in the game, and Missouri won the ball game.
Were they all solo shots? Most
not
of
all
them.
They had, but a lot of them were.
You got to win those games, huh, Tex? The old joke about the Cubs, they scored 12 runs. Did they win? No, they got beat 14-12.
Well, that's it, And it was all midweek pitching, meaning that everybody was using their younger pitchers. But it was just one of those crazy. We were down 6-0 after, I think, 2 innings, and fought back and got within 2, and you think, well, we got a game. And they put up 5 spot, and now we're down 7 going into the 8th, and we're down 7, so I guess we scored 8. We got a run lead in the 8th, if I remember correctly. It gets fuzzy. It was a 4.5-hour game.
Oh, I believe it.
That went 10 innings. We left Columbia. Now, here's the life of a college player. We left Columbia at 7 a.m., left the ballpark.
Right.
And got on a bus, bussed up to Iowa City. Played the game. I think it started at 3, and got home at about 1:30 Tuesday or whatever the next morning.
Whatever. That's a full day, Tex.
And that was one game.
Yeah, that was one game. Good thing you didn't play a deuce.
Luckily, we won it, huh?
Well,
what
that's
happens if you go up there and get your butt beat? You know?
Yeah, you don't want to get clocked for a long trip. Tex Little is with us for a few more minutes. The Missouri Tigers broadcaster, does baseball. I know he does. You do NAI volleyball for Columbia College, right, Tex? You filter all stuff.
Yeah, volleyball, and in fact, we're kind of getting revved up for another season. Volleyball, basketball, men and women's, right up until the start of baseball season. And I've been doing high school football all my career since I've left home. So still kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to fit that in this fall.
So who are you covering then, Tex?
Well, it's been Columbia Hickman.
Okay.
High school.
That's a well-known school. You got the best, one of the very best in the state, don't you?
Well, they won a state championship in 05. You know, Columbia is growing. Since I moved to Columbia, Missouri in the spring of '87, and in spring '87, I think the population was about 67, maybe 70,000. Columbia's over 115,000 right
goodness.
now. And that's without any students. That's permanent residents.
That's right.
And but anyhow, they opened up a third public high school here in town, named Battle High School, and they gutted the Hickman. Hickman went from being like one of the top 5 largest schools in the state to actually down a class. They're not even in the largest class anymore.
Man, spreading that wealth. Hey, we just got a few minutes, Tex, while we're on the gridiron stuff. How about your Missouri Tigers for the upcoming fall? It's all coming fast.
Yeah, it is, and kind of excited about it. You know, they return more offensive line than something like 85% of the teams across the country. And Drew Lock returns for his senior year, and that was awful good news, you know, when that happened. And then they've got, you know, a few receivers, but, you know, new offensive coordinator with Derek Dooley, the former head coach at Tennessee. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all comes together. You know, it'll be Odom's 3rd year. And I think you're going to see more of an SEC-type approach offensively than what Missouri has been like in the past. You know, they were a fast-break football team and under Gary Pinko, and it's been retooled. Odom has rebuilt it. You know, all the things that happened at the university in the fall a couple of years ago, it really kind of broke a lot of things down, and, you know, the football team was a big part of all that and how it was handled. And Odom had to do a lot of house cleaning. I mean, he has really had to, you know, kind of start from scratch once again. And I think you're going to start seeing dividends. You saw last year. You know, they lost their first, 6 games and bounced back and won the last 6 and really started playing pretty solid football towards the end of the year. So I think it's going to be a successful year. There, you know, with the new offensive coordinator, you never know exactly what's going to take place. And technically, there's a new defensive coordinator, but, you know, Barry Odom's a defensive guy, so, you know, he's got his thumb on that.
So it's a technical, in name only, I suppose.
That's in my opinion. I guess I'm entitled to that.
Well,
Odom may call me out on it, but what else is there?
Now, of course, Mizzou and the Illini play forever, and they're continuing the basketball. Aren't we going to tee it up in football, too, or am I off base on that?
I think so.
I think so, right?
Down the road, it's going to be on campus, I think.
Another maybe 3-4 years, something like that?
Yeah, I can't recall. You know how far out those
I know it. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But,
they ought to play every year, though, I think.
Yeah, no, I you know, but it's they got to buy their wins. You know, these big programs got to buy their wins. So you're going to play a couple cupcakes early, and then you know, slide into some competition. We'll see. What I'm saying is, you got 8 games within your league. Doesn't the Illini play 8 in the Big Ten?
I think so. They keep screwing around the schedule so much. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, to me,
I like it when it was a 10-team league and you played everybody when it really, really was solid and good.
Well, that's what I have enjoyed about the Big 12. They still do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
They have a true champion.
They're alone.
You know. Yeah. It just being a purist, I guess, getting old. You know, back when I was a boy, you know. It was
But
like
it's
this.
true. It's true, Tex. I'm telling you. Hey, last. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, I was home this past weekend and had a great meal up there. Was it Britz's, the place up there north of town?
Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery, yes.
Yeah, fantastic time up there. And have you seen the new infield put in at Breeze City Park?
It's sharp. It looks great and it plays great.
That's a big league surface.
They, I know who did that, but anyway. But yeah.
Well, a guy lives in Hoffman, doesn't he?
James Beaver used to play low independent ball and so forth. I forgot the name of the company actually, but yeah, he goes all over. I mean, minor league parks, colleges, you name it. They're all over the Midwest in particular.
But a tremendous job. That really enhances play on that surface.
Hey, finally, Tex, I'm sorry to see. I know your World Cup soccer pool was busted. Germany got knocked out. There goes the why? What in the world's wrong with? I'm not so proud this afternoon. But
what is that World Cup soccer all about, anyhow? I heard something about that.
It confuses me, but I do wish the United States, of course, was in it. Come on, can't we at least make that? We'll be there in 4 years though, because we're co-hosts with Mexico and Canada, so we get to play, unless they change the rules.
Well, you never know.
Sorry to end it on such a high note, Tex, but I thought by chance you might like football. You never know.
You know, I got to cut my grass.
You never know. Hey, Tex, I guess we got a scoop, but man, appreciate you coming on again. And we'll try and slip you in again sometime. At least within a year we will. But have a good rest of the summer and on to football and so forth.
Hey, we'll catch up with you again. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Later.
You bet. Thanks.
Tigers broadcaster Tex Little, Mike Lidikin from Carlisle through Breeze MD and so forth. Our thanks to him and also to Brentwood Saturday morning. It's Caleb Kraljev and Zach Hockey Trivia 2. Oh, yes. We'll give something good away another time. We'll see you Saturday morning between 9 and 10 on Talking Sports. Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 90.